So around this time of year, there's like 3 predominant experiences you might be having, especially on social media. So, hi, I'm Gabby, and every time around this year, I like to make a somewhat of a demotivational video to kind of give you insight and to ground you and remind you what's important when a lot of people are telling you the different vibes. So, if you don't know me, hello. I write books and I speak, but primarily I work part-time for different companies and ghostwrite for executives. In my free time, I really liked all sorts of things, but self-helpy articles have always been part of my online persona. So hi, nice to meet you. If I don't know you. Okay, so the 3 predominant energies that I'm seeing and sensing, and you probably have these too. There's like the I give up, follow up with me in February, like I don't do anything. And that one can be triggering if you are still working on things and you have goals, because you can start to tell yourself the story that nobody's really doing anything right now, and then you can buy into that. So what happens when you buy into that? We're gonna talk about the other ones too. You start to get this like foggy feeling, like this impossibility cloak. And I had a friend of mine who had that belief, and she was like, yeah, there are like companies hiring, but then they're gonna fire in the first quarter. I'm like, every single company in the United States is not hiring people to fire them. Like, that's just your belief. And if you're watching this, remember I said that. Like, that's just like the energy that's available. So it is available for you to plug into the energy of not doing anything the rest of the year. And if that's truly what you want, then like, cool. The other one is like this, like, hey, let's get our winter arc. Let's walk 1,000 steps. Let's freaking go. Like, there's so much you can do at the end of the year. And that's the one I used to tap into in the past, because I found that I made the most money at the end of the year because there were no other contractors or freelancers talking to people. So like I got all the contracts. So I'm of the belief that I always make a lot of money and I always have a lot of contracts because I'm available. Now, that's a powerful one to tap into, but not if you've been grinding all year and you need rest, okay? Now we're gonna get to what to do with all 3 of these. And the third one is this buy me, you should buy me, hello, buy me energy. And that one can be stressful because it can pull your direction. It can pull you out of focus and make you think like, hey, you need to buy that thing, or hey, you should be selling something, or hey, you should be pushing harder. That happened to me the other day. I was like in the bath. I was so relaxed, which is like a rarity, but I was in like a total beta brain state. And I clicked on like a life coach that I know's Instagram video, and the energy of it like gave me anxiety because there was so much energy in it. Like she was like basically leaning forward doing cartwheels, like, purchase me! And I'm like, I wasn't doing anything wrong, but I was just like accosted. I was like, shoot. So, given the choice between the 3 things, like giving up energy, pushing energy, or like balls to the wall energy, like that's a lot to kind of process. Like if you're just scrolling through the internet and unaware. Scrolling through the internet and unaware, you're like, holy crap. Like, so you get off the internet, not to mention the underlying energies of grief, the underlying energies of stress, the underlying energies of budget, the underlying energies. And I'm not saying you have to be like highly sensitive to be aware of this. It's just, it is what it is. This is what's going on. So like, you're hanging out with someone and like maybe on the surface they look really happy, like they've got the Christmas lights and they got all these things, but underneath it they're grieving and they're not aware of it, or underneath it they have all this pressure. So pressure, grief, external accountability, financial stress, all of these things are very present. And so you're starting to need to ask yourself like, okay, I'm going on the internet, why? Okay. But number 1, why am I about to go on here? And if it's like to check out, to scroll, to connect, whatever, ask yourself why. And the second part is, what story am I telling myself based on what I'm seeing? What story am I telling myself based on what I'm seeing? Because like, it is really easy to unconsciously pick up a bunch of stories because they're called stories. You're literally clicking on people's stories and you're picking it up and you're leaving. So ask yourself, like, what story am I telling myself? What have I just picked up? And then before anything else, you get really clear. What is the rest of this year like for you? Are you going to get under the covers and watch Gossip Girl? Cool. You totally can. Are you going to set yourself up for next year? Cool. You totally can. Are you selling something? Are you one of those balls to the wall people? Are you somewhere in between? Because when your intentionality is clear, like you know what you're doing, you know where your money's going, you know where your energy's going, then if you pick up a story that's not for you, like if you pick up somebody's hyperness, or you pick up somebody's hide under the covers, or you pick up somebody's grief or despair or loneliness or sickness or fear, you can be like, oh wait, that's not mine. Okay. So if I was you, I would get very clear about how you've been feeling on the internet and how you want to feel. And then I would unfollow or mute anything that is distracting you, okay? Let me know what you thought about this. If I can help you, there is a really cool journal I wrote on Amazon. Let me just tell you about it real quick. I'm not going to be one of those buy people, but it's for super curious people. But every day it asks you how you feel, what's underneath that. Might be helpful for the holidays. How you're feeling about alcohol and what you want to create with your day. Those are the daily prompts. So if you're prone to over drinking around this time, it would be cool. You don't have to be sober to use it, and I have a kid's book called Do Red Birds Know They Are Red? That might be cute if you're shopping for kids' books. And then I am doing writing coaching. So if you are writing a book and you need support with that, let me know. Okay.